The city lights flickered like stars as Ethan walked beside Olivia, their footsteps in sync on the quiet sidewalk. The air was crisp, carrying the scent of rain that had just passed, leaving the streets glistening under the soft glow of the street lamps. The distant hum of cars and the occasional laughter of late-night wanderers created a soft background melody, but in Ethan's mind, there was only her. The way her hair danced with the evening breeze, the way her eyes held the night like a secret only she knew. "You're quiet tonight," she murmured, her voice barely above a whisper, cutting through the comfortable silence between them. Ethan chuckled softly, rubbing the back of his neck. "Just thinking." She tilted her head slightly, her eyes studying him, as if searching for the thoughts he wasn't saying aloud. "About what?" He hesitated, his hands tucked into his pockets, his heartbeat a little too fast. He had always been good at keeping things light, at laughing through the moments that felt too heavy. But tonight, something was different. The weight of his unspoken feelings had grown too strong to ignore. "You," he admitted finally, looking straight ahead, afraid of what he might see if he met her gaze. She stopped walking, and instinctively, so did he. The world around them blurred, the distant sounds fading into nothing. His heart pounded as he slowly turned toward her. Olivia's eyes searched his, as if trying to piece together something she had long suspected but never dared to believe. "Me?" she asked softly, her voice carrying the slightest tremor. Ethan exhaled, his breath visible in the cool night air. "I think I've been falling for you for a long time," he said, the confession slipping from his lips like a truth he could no longer contain. "Maybe I always have." A soft gust of wind rustled through the trees lining the sidewalk, their leaves whispering secrets neither of them could understand. Olivia's lips parted slightly, surprise flickering across her face before something warmer settled there. She took a step closer, her hand reaching for his, fingers brushing, hesitant but sure. "Then why did it take you so long to tell me?" she whispered, her voice carrying a quiet kind of wonder, not anger or disappointment, just curiosity. He smiled, a little self-conscious, his fingers tightening gently around hers. "Because I was afraid of losing you." She shook her head, her eyes shining beneath the street lamp's glow. "You could never lose me, Ethan." The words settled deep in his chest, wrapping around his heart like a promise. He had spent so long convincing himself that risking their friendship was too dangerous, too uncertain, but now he realized the real risk had been not telling her at all. The space between them grew smaller, their breaths mingling in the cool night air. Olivia lifted her free hand, tracing her fingers lightly over his cheek, as if memorizing the moment, as if grounding herself in the reality of it. Ethan closed his eyes for a second, leaning into her touch before opening them again, afraid this was all just a dream. She smiled then, a small, knowing smile, and before he could say another word, she stood on her toes and pressed her lips softly against his. The kiss was gentle at first, hesitant, as if testing the waters of something long overdue. But then, as if a dam had broken, it deepened, filling every empty space between them. Ethan's arms wrapped around her, pulling her close, anchoring her to him as the world around them faded away. The city moved on around them, cars passing, neon signs flickering, distant voices laughing, but for them, time had stopped. In that quiet, endless moment, nothing else mattered. As they finally pulled apart, Olivia rested her forehead against her fingers still laced with his. "I think I've been waiting for this," she whispered. Ethan smiled, brushing a strand of hair from her face. "Me too." And in that pause, in that perfect kiss, love had finally found its way home.